warehouse. I thought this afternoon get another video out for you guys, kind of show you the layout, what we're thinking with the power setup, and what our thoughts are on the cooling. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. If you have any pointers or suggestions, please let me know. You know, this is our first run at setting up a warehouse for mining rigs, so if anybody out there has any experience, please help educate me. I'd love to hear from you. Should be there in a few minutes and we'll show you around. Hey, what's up guys? Team Green. Thought we'd give y'all a little preview of the warehouse. Just got this leased, I don't know, about 10 days ago, so we're just getting started. We got a lot of work to do still. This is like a front office area. It's pretty small. It's got, like, you know, a couple what could be offices, or I guess maybe air conditioned rig rooms, because only the front office has AC, which is weird because I think it's like a 5-ton unit, so I don't know why they needed that big of an air conditioner first. It's just a small front office, but just where we're keeping the parts for now. It's a pretty basic warehouse. It's about 2,500 square foot total. Basic amenities. It's got a bathroom. It's got a little wet bar, so nothing very fancy at all. This is the actual warehouse itself. So lots of room to expand. It's got a drive-in door, which is handy if you're unloading, you know, a ton of inventory. You don't want to do it outside. Kind of turn back. This is some of the rigs we're working on right now. We got basically almost 2 full ones up of the 8x 1080 Ti rigs. Kind of experimenting more with the frames, and I'll get into that in a second. This is just a little mezzanine area. It's nothing special. This could be storage. I think we're gonna throw in a big ass, I don't know, 14,000 CFM fan that will vent out kind of up here through the roof. Then we'll vent that front part in the lower garage panels, or the side of the building itself, to bring create some negative pressure and bring fresh air in. So you got a lot of room to expand. I think we only have, let's see, this is the new frame we've been working on. Original idea was to throw three rigs on each frame, you know, 8x 1080 Ti's a piece. The basic shelving itself is from Home Depot. It's like 35 bucks. A few pieces of wood and some screws. It's pretty simple. It's kind of dark in here, but this will give you guys an idea. Just some hobby board and some, I think they're 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch square pieces of wood. So this setup is almost identical to the one we were building that was still back at the apartment, in that we re-racked that one in a proper frame, but basically it's a 1600 watt. I think this is a T2. I couldn't find any gold 1600 watt power supplies to grab that one, and as usual, it's partner over there, 1000 watt G3. Pretty much the exact same build. Asus Prime GT70A motherboard. The 8 GTX 1080 Ti's. I think they're a combination of Asus and MSI, like the last one. Micro Center is getting a little weird. You know, they're only letting you grab 2 each SKU, but if you mix up the different brands, I guess you can, you know, get 4 or 6 or even 8 at a time if they got them. So the one thing we did kind of notice, this little wood piece here is a little bendy, maybe needs a bit more support, and that's kind of something we already figured out for the second one we built. These are all prototypes, you know, we're just kind of throwing some stuff together and seeing how it works. This is the second rig. We already made one improvement. Instead of that little piece of wood, the 1/2 inch by 1 inch piece, we used a piece of angled aluminum. Much more sturdy, doesn't bend at all. There's a few advantages actually. So if you have that 1/2 inch piece of wood, you restrict the airflow a little bit up top. If you putting these right down a flat piece of aluminum, it doesn't restrict the airflow at all. So that's one benefit. The second is obviously that it doesn't bend, and the third is that you can thread, you drill a hole and then thread like the regular GPU screws. I think it's a 6/32 is what it is. The bit we used to pre-drill the hole was like a 7/64, I think, and then we used like a threader drill bit that's 6/32. I'd never done anything like that before. Worked out great, no big problems. They all worked just fine first time around. So this rig we're missing one card, as you can tell. I forgot it. It's at my house, so I'll have to bring that back later. But the only difference, I guess, this is also an Asus Z270A or Asus Prime Z270A. This is the AR version. So if anybody wants to know, the main differences are this motherboard only has HDMI out on the motherboard itself. I think the A version has DVI and DisplayPort as well. It also doesn't have that XMP switch on the motherboard itself, which is, I guess, it's a nice to have, but it's not mandatory. It just basically loads the XMP profile on your memory so you don't have to mess with it in the BIOS, but you can just click through and do it yourself manually. So, I guess the next thing, we move on to power. And that's where, like, if any of you guys have any ideas here, I'd love to hear them, because I've been reading about three-phase, and it's confusing, I guess, to say the least. But it's our little workstation. It's a Gladiator table. By the way, those things are rock solid. Definitely recommend it. They're a little pricey, but they are super awesome and sturdy to work on. So, oh, one thing, don't try to put it together by yourself. I did that, and it sucked. I would grab a second person. It's a little heavy. Anyway, here's our power panel. This is gonna have to be upgraded and messed with eventually. Right now it's three-phase, 100 amp service coming in on 208 volts. It's a little Y setup, if any power guys out there know what that is. Essentially what that means is that I got a max theoretical draw from the power as is about 36,000 watts, which means I could probably use 30,000 pretty safely and run 15 of these 8x 1080 Ti rigs. The game plan, there's only a couple outlets in the warehouse, so we're already running out of those, but we're gonna essentially run 208 volt three-phase power down this wall, and we're gonna have like 8 208 volt outlets at each one, and they're gonna be, I think, two per breaker. So we'll have a 60 amp three-phase breaker in the main box, and that'll feed 2 outlets a piece, and each outlet will trickle down into a 30 amp APC PDU, so we can run 2 rigs on each outlet. So that could give us a max of basically 16 rigs and still be safe on power. So yeah, any of you electric guys that know a lot about this stuff, if my plan sucks, please let me know. I know it's a lot more complicated. I'm gonna have a professional do it, but that's just my first thoughts. I'm probably gonna get that done next week. So if any of you guys have ideas on that, please let me know. I'm not a tool guy. I've never been a tool guy. I'm not very handy, but I'm learning all kinds of things. And it's funny. I actually kind of like tools. I don't know, whatever. But the sawhorse is a lifesaver for when you're working on stuff and drilling. Definitely helps. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick video. We'll have more updates soon. Once this power situation gets remedied, we'll be able to build this out and have a lot more stuff to show you. I guess there were a couple questions. One question I get is why NVIDIA, and that is a good question. Typically miners choose AMD. I honestly, when I started this in January, it was for no other reason because, like, when I was 15, I had a terrible experience with an AMD card, and I refused to buy one ever since. I guess, you know, they're great for Zcash library. They're not terrible at Ethereum. I mean, dollar per hash is not ideal on Ethereum, but I think these 8x 1080 Ti rigs do, like, I don't know, 6,000 hash on Zcash. Pretty simple overclock. We just run the memory at, this is another question I've been getting a lot of. We run the memory at plus 500. These cards actually run in a P2 power state. So if you go plus 500 in the memory, that's actually the stock speed that it's running at 5,500. So times 2 is your 11,000. On the core, we kind of, you know, each rig is a little different, but we just keep pressing it until it's, you know, stable. We haven't really messed with voltage yet, but we plan on doing that to create some more efficiency down the line. But so yeah, NVIDIA versus AMD, I get it. I know people don't understand it. The original thought, and this is when I really didn't know much about cryptocurrency at all, and I still don't, to be honest with you. We're just kind of learning as we go. But I read a little bit about Ethereum and POS, and you know, thought that maybe all the AMD miners were going to switch over to Zcash, so I wanted to prepare for that and have some NVIDIA rigs going. I guess that was my original thought, and that's why we've gone all NVIDIA. That and the fact that I fucking hate AMD. I think they're terrible cards for gaming, but they probably are better. For all the fanboys out there, not bashing AMD, they are great for mining. There's no denying that. I just really like NVIDIA, so that's how we're rolling. We're getting some pretty decent ROI, so it doesn't suck. What are the other questions? I think those are the most common. If you guys have any other questions, if you need any help putting one of these together, leave some comments. I try to respond to those at least, you know, every couple days for you guys. Try to help you out as much as I can. Again, if anybody out there is an electrician or knows about 3-phase 208 volt and a Y setup, shoot me a note in a comment or find me on Bitcoin Talk or Zcash forums. I'd love to talk to somebody about the optimal power setup here. That would be awesome. I guess that's about it. We'll have more videos soon. We're planning on doing a lot of cool things with the ventilation system and some other stuff as well. So as we further expand, but just want to wish everybody out there have a great weekend and a safe 4th of July. If you liked the video, shoot us a like, and as usual, if you think we suck ass, send us a dislike. All good. See you guys in the next video.